Alright, what's going on everyone? Just going to do my 3-year recap. So I've been trading, or I've been learning in the Sykes challenge for 3 years now, and I've been trading for about on and off for about 8 months, on and off for about 18 months, um, 8 months of which I've been trading, I suppose. Um, and just want to go through my year and the year of 2021 and just go through some highlights and lowlights of the year and go through some charts of the highlights and lowlights. And so January actually was the AMC GME uh, period where all that meme stocks was going crazy. At the time I had been trading for a few months in 2020. I'd been doing okay, but I kind of was struggling with a small cash account, and but had a stroke of luck then when AMC came along. I spotted that opportunity on the 26th, and I was able to get my account back into a nice kind of balance, and it allowed me to be able to short sell again. Um, so the trade that I took on AMC, I'll just get that one here, January 2021. So um, GME was going crazy. It was all the short squeeze was going. Everyone was talking about that and so on. And I came along and spotted AMC. It seemed to be the one that we're targeting next. So I got in at five. I think it was $5.30 after hours. And when I spotted the kind of volume picking up, and there was a perk up near the close as well, and I swung it overnight and sold partial into the pre-market, and then market opened. Then when it came down, I took off the rest, so made 484 profit on that. I don't know what the percent gain was, but it was a nice percent gain. Yeah, it was like from $5 to 20, so it was like I don't know, what's that, a few 100% gain. So that was really got me going there, and finished the month 1,000 after commissions. The next month was decent as well. I got back into the swing of it with short selling. Um, but I mentioned in a video previously, when I was recapping my first year trading, that I was starting to kind of burn out around this time, and I needed a break from the screens, but wasn't doing it. And I wired out money around here. And some highlights of that month was LODE, AACG, AAME, and OCGN. I think I have them here. So AAME, this was on the 5th of February, I think, this one, and it just ran crazy, and I ended up shorting it with huge size when it had come down already a lot. So for me it was really risky in hindsight, and I wasn't really in the best frame of mind, but I actually ended up making like 467 on that trade. This, I couldn't get the smaller time frame chart. I hadn't saved it. I just saved it today, and I could only get the 1 hour was the minimum time frame I could get on it, because it was like, it's over a year ago now. And but I got involved short here, like a large position, and it did kind of bounce into the sevens a bit, but I wasn't too concerned. But it was a bit of a risky trade, I think, because you know, when a stock has come down a lot, there is usually some kind of a bounce. But this just stayed coming all the way down to nearly where it started. So I think I maybe got lucky with that trade. This would have been like a great opportunity had I shorted up here somewhere and just rode it all the way down. I could have made a grand or more on that trade. was that one, AME. Let's see, what was the other ones? Load on February the 1st, that was one that kind of messed me up a bit. I traded it short and didn't take my profits when I should have. I shorted here, it came down, I got cocky and got caught out on this squeeze back here. I saw these two candles and I was like, oh shit, whoa. Then I saw it come down back here and I was like, should be alright, should just fade away. But there was huge volume on that stock and it was relatively low float, and I kind of got a bit tilted in the end on this one and I panicked out here, and you can see how like wild this was and how volatile it was. So I was just in an emotional mess, and I was very frustrated that I had allowed myself to get caught up in this situation. I can't really remember what happened with the rest of the day here. I don't know if that's actual trades that I took there, but this was the main trade here and I stopped out for kind of break even. But it really affected my mentality and I took funds out towards the end of that month because I wasn't feeling like I was in the right mindset to trade, and I was under some financial pressure as well. I had some bills to clear. But look, like I ended the month actually alright. Like it was, the commissions were high, so it was kind of a nothing month really in the end. But it's still like I had some decent days there. Then March came along, and that was when I kind of had pulled money out, and I found myself under $500, and could only trade a cash account, so I was kind of baby trading with small positions. So I was finding it hard to get any significant wins or traction in that month. I think the market was starting to kind of change a bit as well. I wasn't really able to kind of identify how to adapt, so I was out of action then because I kind of ran the account down. Because of that withdrawal, I took out about $800 out of my account in February, and March then I couldn't really get it going with the small amount. So I was just watching the market April, May, June. Then July came along and I was doing fine. First week was good, second week was still green. And then I had this great trade on Neuro, my first 4-figure trade. Just had huge news, and I just kind of identified it as a potential multi-day runner. It was up on big news. So let's see. Neuro. It's the only. I haven't saved all my charts. I wasn't totally diligent. You know, I traded so much last year. I overtraded, and I didn't end up saving everything. But this was a Neuro trade where I entered at $4.52, sold half there, and sold the rest in pieces the next morning when it was going crazy. Could have flipped short there for a nice fade off, but that was like my best win, and it kind of got me out of a kind of a tight spot as well. Like I was just back into it and didn't have a huge account to play with, but this kind of bumped me up a bit. I don't have the details, the commissions and that, and all this for most of the months, but it was a green month. The next month was a mess up on VRPX. August was it was just a month where definitely the market had gone quiet and it had changed, and I missed out on a great opportunity on this one to the long side on VRPX, and I then traded, kind of revenge traded it, and went to work without setting a stop loss, and I ended up coming back to a nasty loss, having caught a nasty loss. VRPX, let's see. this was really kind of demoralizing. This was a terrible trade. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so this was the big move on the first day, and I ended up buying pre-market in frustration because I'd missed out. I'd actually bought it and then sold it quickly after hours, and just went to bed frustrated. And the next morning I just took a gamble on it, the fact that it might squeeze higher, which was a really bad move. And yeah, I ended up stopping out here after hours because it just went way to work. So yeah, this is it here. I noticed it in the afternoon, and I hadn't spotted it earlier in the day, and I kind of was a bit annoyed that I'd missed out on a nice break of $10 here. Because this is just the ideal type of setup that I look for. Low float, high volume, up on big news, and I said I'd give it a go here into the close, but I kind of was down a bit already that day, and I didn't want to risk too much, so I ended up stopping out. And immediately when I stopped out, it rocketed up here, and I saw it going without me, and I just kind of closed my laptop and just went off and went to bed, kind of just kind of frustrated that I had kind of. So I could have kind of got back in, but I just think I wasn't in the right mindset. And the next morning when I woke up and saw it gapped up, I was really frustrated, and I decided to see if I could get in long on a dip towards VWAP pre-market, in the hope that it would kind of ride along and then go really high. I've done a video on this on one of my other videos, so you can kind of go into that in more detail if you want to know exactly the kind of mindset that I was in at that time. So yeah, that was that trade, and that messed me up. My account was screwed, so I had to go away and save up again. Came back to it in November. It was a break-even month, but after commissions I was down a lot, and I had €1,000 dollars back in the account. But I had 2 bad days here on trading news, and this was just a month where I was just over trading, and I realized that, look, this is a big problem that I'm having. I'm over trading, and it was really the month when I kind of had to take a proper reflection and kind of say, alright, well, I'm going to have to stop the over trading. I didn't have enough money here to have any significant stories to tell, so I'm still waiting to refund at the moment. And let me just see if I can see the NUZE where yeah, so a few mess ups on this month, you know. It was just very frustrating. You know, like, I shouldn't be trading that here. This was a total mess up here. I was looking for a squeeze and just a slam down, but it's too choppy for me to be trading here with any safe risk reward kind of in mind. So yeah, it's just I was over trading. I was trying a few new things. If I could cut myself some slack, I was kind of just trying new things, but I think the time has come to just kind of zone in on what works for me and try to grow the account rather than keep trying different things. But yeah, that was news. Let me just see what else I traded. Yeah, just it was choppy. It was a choppy month, November. Like, there was not a lot of kind of follow through and stuff. Alright, that was news. Yeah, I thought it might run on Walmart news and coffee brand stuff, and it did run big, but I was getting involved way too late in the move. So just misreading situations there. Saw that already. yeah, just faded off eventually. PPSI, I think that's a similar one where I'm trading it to the long side when it's already kind of gone crazy, and it's a better short setup, I think. So that's everything for there. I have all these setups that my trades are going to be categorized into particular setups, particular patterns, and I'm taking it from Jack Kellogg. Basically, this is how he divides up his setups. So I don't know how many of them I'll actually be using, but I have it set up here so that I can categorize every trade that I take into these kind of into setups, you know. So the OTC market has been pretty much really quiet of late, so I'm not sure when that's going to come back up into action. So I've been focusing on listed shorts mainly. So this like listed overextended gap up, overextended gap down, second red day, day one, listed parabolic and bounce shorts. So I have some paper trades that I can show you that I've been doing the last couple of months while I've been waiting to refund. So we have BB. So we're just to go with January. So more extended gap down. BBIG 19th to January. Paper trades. Right. This was one that a lot of people on Twitter were talking about. Of top traders kind of traded. Let's see if we can see the daily first. Yeah, so the daily was running up for a few days, and it had gone 1, 2, 3, 4 days running, and then people were expecting this to have its first red day. So when it opened red, that's when short sellers started attacking it, you know, and I was ready to take a short position on it. Where is it? Is that it? Yeah, here it is. So this is the area where I shorted, and I covered, let me see if I can remember. I have it all here anyway. Yeah, what was that? The first effort, was it? Tried it at 510, or an average of 507, and I ended up covering at 525. And then I got second attempt, but I decided to enter 300 shares at 525, risking 10 cents this time. Yeah, so I decided to give it another shot, 525, and it worked out. I covered at 487. Where is it? Yeah, so this is the day. So what was my average cover, did I say? 473. Yeah, I could have done maybe a bit better with the cover. You know, the average cover, I covered the first bit here, so I could have maybe let that just come down, but and then I covered the second bit, I think down here somewhere, or 460. Yeah, because I thought it was a trend change, but it ended up turning around and going even further down. So could have done better on the cover there, but you live and learn. I got a profit out of it anyway. So that was BBIG. Yeah, there's my cover, there's my entry. Let's see. Tried it there first, covered, and had a cover order here, filled. That was for half, and then I covered the second half there. It's not bad, not bad. that was a few days prior. I think I tried it up to the short side, and I just wasn't patient enough. I was originally planning to wait for it to be around the 420 and risk off the high, but I chased it short down here and then had to cover here. So it was just a lack of patience which cost me there, and I had a feeling it was only going to be a temporary pullback. So I'd like to think that I would have been able to cover here at somewhere in the 380s, 390s for a nice single, but I messed it up and had to stop out here. And that was this day, and that's when it went higher subsequent, and that's when it came in short there on the first red day. So that was that one. First red day. So the definitions, the setups are a bit different now that I have here, but at the time I was kind of, this is just from Jack Kellogg's setups, and he had originally had setups labeled like this, but he's now kind of changed the definitions and broke them into kind of finer detail, his setups. And I kind of followed suit on that because I'm just emulating his style himself, Kyle Williams' trading style. First red day, so that's SOPA. Yeah, that was the mess up. I did a video on that one as well. Just got caught out in a squeeze on that one. Should be here somewhere. Let me think. Listed paper trades. Trades. Let me just. I've done a video on that one. It's December. Here. This is back in December. I tried shorting it here, anticipating the breakdown, but I hadn't really broken support here, and it got squeezed out. So that was that one. Where is it at now? So everything's just been fading off since. Everything's been fading off since. But I've done a video on that one. Nasty loss, slippage, the whole shebang. Lost 23% of my position on that one, so it was a good lesson at least. I'm trying some parabolic shorts, haven't been working out too well for me. One or two that I just kind of mistimed, had the right idea. Yeah, so they can be tricky enough, but I think there is good risk reward on these. I just need to work on practicing them. BBIG, should have some of these. BBI short day, second red day. Parabolic short. Spoke about that already, didn't I? Yeah, I tried a parabolic. Don't know if you call it parabolic short. It was kind of front side. It gone kind of parabolic, I guess there. But BBLG. Yeah, this was a short and D1 gap play where I entered short here and covered here. I really like this one, this trade. It came up really far from the fours. Topped out 678, pulled all the way back to 520, bounced all the way up to 6 area. And that's where I got short. and it came down. Could have been more patient and should have been more patient on that one. I remember that. So that was BBLG. This was it here. So I sensed that this was going to break down just due to the choppy nature of the prior action. That was a paper trade on BFRI as well. Kind of broke out of an area, and I went long up here. It's a bit late to go long. I think better was around 7. But I think I made a bit of profit on that one as well. BFRI. So I put so I have some bounce short plays as well. Actually doing alright on the bounce shorts. At the moment I'm swinging DWAC short as well. I took a great long entry on it last week. Bounce play on it from 62. Let's just show you. So it was here, it had gone up, done its thing, it was coming down, and I saw it kind of hold 60 and it was bouncing. So I got in at 62 to risk 60, and I sold at 66. I was thinking about holding this overnight for a swing bounce, which would have worked out perfectly. And then the plan was just to flip short then at that point for a fade back under 60, which is what I'm doing at the moment. I got involved here, and I'm hoping for this to fade back under 60. So far it's defending, and was a bit nervous about the way it closed yesterday when I came back up towards my entry at 70. I was like, is this going to go after hours and start squeezing? But and I was considering getting off, just taking off the position, but I said no, I'll hold. So I wouldn't be surprised if this does end up capping up on Monday. So I'm a bit wary about this one, but I'm hoping that it's just a bounce and it'll start fading back down. And I would love to see it. I think if it gets under 65, 64, there's a good chance it'll break under 60. So it's just an interesting one for me to watch in a quieter environment, and I'm just kind of maybe just zoning in on one ticker, which has plenty of volatility, and just seeing what kind of happens. I understand there is upcoming news, I think on February 20th about this, so I am wary that this could perhaps be, supporting here at the $60 area where it kind of broke out of, and I could not, there could be a chance that I might end up being kind of stuck here and have to cover if it starts breaking over 70. I have my risk at 72, so if it gets there, I'll just cut the position. Hopefully it won't gap up over it. I will have to just cut the position if it does, but hoping that there's still a chance here that it might come under 60 and into the 50s. We'll see. So just want to add up, see how I've actually done. BBIG bounce short, DWAC. I bounced short at that on the 21st of January. Where's that one? Is that here? Yeah. So I played a bounce short on that one. Yeah, that was a good one. I covered here. Could have waited, but you can see I've been trading that a bit. Success, twice success, and third still holding. Just see my notes on this one. Almost 10 from H374, bounce to stall in 79 areas, so try short risking 50 cent for a fade to 76s. Yeah, and that's what I did. So it come down from 83. Is that what I'm saying? 83.50. That was here. Yeah, gone up and then all the way down. 74, and then it was bouncing. Yeah, it's just a failed push here, and that's a good sign that there's not a lot of momentum to the upside. So I think it was a good entry here. Could have added here instead of covering, but I think I just had a goal and I wanted to achieve it. But you can see that it does come down the rest of the day and the next day even. So I could have been swinging this thing short from up here. But it is what it is. At the moment, I got the bounce, I was really happy with this trade because it just seems so straightforward to me, and it just worked straight away. So, like in the future, if I can identify trades like this and just put in massive size, I think I can do really well with these types of plays. So, BBIG. Yeah, I tried a bounce play on AMC. Maybe a bit of a forward trade, but towards shots. Still plenty of volatility in this ticker. I thought it was maybe going to hold above this area here. Thought that might have been the low for at least a while, but I was wrong. So I just got out at my risk, which was there. So I cut the position. I was hoping for a bounce here. I was going to probably take it off around the high 15s, but I couldn't even get there. So yeah, next morning could have taken a bounce play there, because I've been coming on for a day and a half. So could have got a move there. So I think I'll just kind of keep an eye on this ticker, but wait for better opportunities. So that's where I'm at kind of now. Just want to add up to see where I'm at. Day one gap, so it's a good gain on BBLG. I showed you that one. My long paper trades, I haven't really divided these up yet. I just put them into long. So they're different setups. So December BFRI, DATS, DWAC, PBIG. Yeah, I got a bit greedy on that one. Could have taken a 10-cent gain. I was just going to scalp it, but didn't take it. Should have. That was the AMC trade I showed you. So listed longs since about mid-December. We've had 16. So we say after commission, so it's 67 minus 4 minus 74 minus 44 plus. Yeah, we're about break even on that. Yeah, it's just break even after commissions. So plenty of work to do. Being more selective and stuff. Size up on the A+ setups. So let's add up the shorts. So we're including commission, so we'll go 144.5 minus 62. We're up 82 there on that. That was the unfortunate one. Minus 186.5 around 4 plus 113. add up all these, you know, plus 2. Getting out of jail here with the bounce shorts. Yeah, we're break even. Plus 60. Slightly in the green. So we're slightly green, but there's nothing major to show for it. So still experimenting, still working on everything in a very difficult market environment. There has been loads of opportunity if you're focused in the right areas. For example, swing shorts. If you had got some swing shorts on a few weeks ago, man, you'd be mopping up at the moment. So it's just about adapting to the market environment, just knowing what's working, what's not working, and making sure you're not losing out a lot of money. At least there, when I add up all that, I seem to come out to about $51.50 in the green. So I'm not really losing any money, and that's after commissions factored in as well. So I'm doing okay. Well, I'm not making money, but I'm not losing money either. So I'm about break even at the moment in the last 6 to 8 weeks. So it's not too bad, and I've been improving on just my setups and kind of zoning in on what exactly I want to be playing and how I want to be set up and organized going forward. So there's been a good bit of work put in there, and I've been tracking some the listed gappers for the last couple of months as well. So I need to finalize that and get the kind of synopsis on what's going on with those listed gappers, so that I've tracked about there's been about 45 or 6 that I've been tracking that I've been able to track the last couple of months. So yeah, there's a little bit of finishing up there on that to do, and then I can the red are the ones that kind of were gapping perhaps, and the greens were ones that kind of held and stayed going, and the other ones I need to kind of look at them and categorize them into which of those two they are. But yeah, and I've been just trying to get an idea of how they've been going, and see if I can get some sort of an edge in those low float listed gappers. So yeah, happy enough with what I've been doing so far in the last while, and overall I think I've been doing okay. Like it's maybe, so for a beginner I think I've been doing okay. Let me see. That's just me trying to define setups and stuff. So I'm all set to go hopefully in February and start back trading with a small account again. My goals are to try and ensure that I have continuation from month to month, no big drawdowns, so that I can trade each month and slowly grow the account. And main goal is to curb my overtrading. I feel like if I can do that and just wait for the really best setups, I can have a great year. So let's hope that happens. So my stats so far, you can see I've generally been actually better on the short side. 51% win rate on the shorts, and is 37.5 win rate on the long trades. So I haven't been really trading the longs very well. I am able to identify a great opportunity to the long side, but I just think I need to be more selective and more patient in waiting for them. There's been a lot of long trades that I've taken that have just not been worth it, but I've kind of flushed a lot of that out of my system, I think, in 2021, and especially the last few months, where I just kind of really kind of hit the rock bottom almost, in terms of I was just sick and tired of making the same kind of over trading mistakes and emotional mistakes. So I hope I can kind of apply all that I've learned into 2022. And so yeah, I think it's pretty much alright. Like, what I think I've been doing okay. It's just, there's a phrase I came across recently, like good is not good enough, and that's true. So I'm not settling for just being good, being a good trader, because it's not good enough. And I need to be much better, and I need to keep going at what I'm doing, keep doing what's right for me, and hopefully come out the right side of 2022. So there it is. Just wanted one last thing was to go through. No, 1 second. That's a quick overview. Start the Millionaire Challenge. I'm not going to go through all that. You can kind of pause and read it if you want. So my routine at the moment: prepare and watch it, set alerts, Excel tracking, screenshots, screen recording, rewatching. A big believer in seat time. Getting a feel for the action. That can only be developed through screen time, so that's a really important aspect of trading. Just have to watch it. Stocks play out every day and show up. Some books I want to get to is How to Make Millions is the DVD I want to get to, and the book is Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. We'll get to that at some point. So that's pretty much all I got. Favorite setups, still a bit in discovery mode, but I'm getting to when the OTCs are working nicely. They're really good. Have some good trades on that and breakouts and so on. I love some listed shorts that just kind of are clear that they're kind of backside, and the listed long prefer when something's gone wild. You can sense that everything's kind of really bullish and everything's gone insane or whatever. I love those kind of environments. Markets or hot sectors and sympathy plays when they come around. It's been a while, but everything comes back around. Give any newbie advice, there's a presentation by Alex21. I think his first name is Greg. I forget his surname. I think it's in the Premier Stock and Framework DVD. I think he says it all. He puts it the best way. It's like train like a pro, act like a pro, work like a pro, work. That's just a joke that I put in there. So sorry to be bearer of bad news if you thought it wasn't. You thought it was easier than that. So he also talks about minimizing overconfidence. Constant fear that next big loss is right around the corner. Conviction versus confidence, and so on. He also said only 1 to 2% succeed in a big way, but doesn't mean you have a 1 to 2% chance. If you follow the path of most people, that 1 to 2%, you have a chance of success 100%. So a bit of inspiration there, I hope. Cut loss, quickly stay in the game, wait for the best setups. That's what I've taped on the wall above my trading. Unfortunately, I haven't stuck to that last year, but hopefully I will be able to be more disciplined now this year. Jack Kellogg talks about trading about being like basketball. It's like sometimes you go on a run, one team will hit 14 points in a row, and the other team will turn around and hit 20 in a row. So it's about trying to get that momentum, stay near your highs, don't have big up and down swings in your profits. Sideways is better than huge ups and downs. No impulsive entries I've added in. Sometimes I found myself turning on my laptop, seeing something move and just be straight in it without even thinking about it. So trying to apply a 5-minute rule where I kind of just monitor it, and there's always going to be another trade, so I need to get rid of that kind of fear of missing out. Are you earning fodder? You can't have fodder. Yeah, like the reality is a high percentage spend thousands of education, service and broker fees, but I actually think it's the reason people don't succeed is they just don't put in enough hours to learning. It's a lot of work ahead. You have to understand it's going to test everything, and just a few bits of what I've kind of experienced over the last while. If you were to actually make some big money on a lucky trade, what should you do with it? And this is what I'd be doing. I wouldn't be, if I was a beginner, I wouldn't be trading with 45,000 or 50,000 in a trading account. It's madness. You need to learn it, and it's like learning a new language. It takes years. So to use some mentors, recently got interested in listening to these guys on YouTube. They're very good. So I'm always learning. You have to always be learning. So that's pretty much all I got. Thanks a million.